So I've been thinking about humility and, just like basic things like etymological roots, like humility comes from the same root, humus, which means earth, and it's connected to being human, and it's connected to having humor about yourself. But I really enjoy Ignatius of Loyola and spiritual disciplines, his like classic. He talks about how there's 3 types of humility. The first is when you say, I don't want to do any more big sins. And that takes a humility, a dying to the self to do that, right? And then there's a second level of humility, which is, I don't even want to commit any small sins anymore, which is like an even further dying to the self. And what's really interesting, as I'm thinking about it while driving, the first 2 stages of humility or development of humility, they're ones that get you applause. People love it when you clean up your life and you stop hurting yourself and other people around you with your own self-destructive behaviors, But Ignatius of Loyola takes it a step further and says, the first step is to say no more big sins. Second step is to say no more little sins even. But then the third step is, I will allow myself to be humiliated by even the church. And so the first 2 stages are essentially things that the church, the organized religion, the institutionalism might applaud you for, and that's great. But the third step is when you're willing to die to self so much that you're even willing to be misunderstood by the faith community that maybe raised you, that you've been a part of for a while, because God has called you to do something different. And not to put down those places. That's not what I think it's about. It's just, are you willing to follow after the mystery that we call God to such an extent that even the institutional church will look at you and call you a fool? Because that word humiliate has got that same root of humus, of ground, that we also get humor and human and humble from. Humble, humiliate. And I just wonder, all the saints, all the prophets, all the mystics, all the great hermits and monks and nuns and holy fools of the church, they are our examples of that third type of humility that's willing to follow after the Christ, even if everyone else around them considers them a fool. And now I'm wondering how much of a fool I am, because I don't think I am much of a fool, a holy fool. I still love affirmation and applause and want to be celebrated by the formal institution, but that's not true holiness at its deepest. True holiness is to become a fool for Christ, so much so that you're willing to do anything, even if the only person who applauds you is the Christ. There you go. This is the stuff that goes through my head on like a daily basis. I hope you enjoy this Jeep thought. Tell me what you think about it. Grace and peace. Have a great day.